Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this summer season, your Barons are back in action here at the Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy. We are coming to you live from the city of Compton. It's a marvelous evening for baseball as your Academy Barons are set to play game number 35 here on the season tonight. Hello everyone, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel. Barons caught fire last week going 3-1, but are still searching for win number 1 here on the week. It's the final week of the California Collegiate League here in the 2024 summer season. It's currently 76 degrees here in the city of Compton. Nice breeze blowing out towards right field as your Barons look to send their home fan base out with the bang as they host the California Collegiate game for the last time in 2024. The Barons defense has already taken the field, so let's go ahead and introduce both teams quickly as the Barons are in your third base dugout and enter with a record of 13-21, currently on a 3-game losing streak. They're led by Compton native Kenny Landro, who went to Dominguez High School, who played in the MLB and was a World Series winner along with the Dodgers back in 1981. In the first base dugout, it's the Conejo Oaks, and the Oaks lineup we have for you. They'll bat first in the top of the first. There you see the defense for the Conejo Oaks. Batting leadoff will be the center fielder, Tommy Kenlinger. In the 2 spot, it's the catcher, George Baker, who's at third, and playing short is shortstop, Jack Brooks. In the cleanup spot, it's the DH, Justin Rubin. Batting 5th and playing third base, it's Nick Leahy. In the 6th spot, it's left fielder, Josiah Chavez. Playing second base and batting in the 7th spot is Jordan Kang. Batting 8th and playing first base is Max Audet. And batting 9th, rounding out the order for the Conejo Oaks, is Lucas Danielwitz. He's going to be over in right field defensively. Again, there you see our nice lineup for the Conejo Oaks. Starting on the mound for the Oaks, who you'll see in the bottom of the first, is Alejandro Hueso. On the mound for the Academy Barons is wearing number 25. It's a 6'1" right-hander. Originally from the University of California, Irvine, but now going to transfer and play at Cal State Northridge. It's Dante Zamudio. He's on the mound. Let's go ahead and get you the rest of the defense for the Academy Barons as Adam Arroyo is behind the plate. Over at first base, Andrew Kirchner. At second, we'll see Efren Ortega. Playing shortstop is Dylan Lena. And at third base, Colin Taylor. Raymond Jenkins is in left field. In center, Andy Cisneros. And over in right, Jacob Konofsky. So the first batter, Tommy Kenlinger, the leadoff man for the Conejo Oaks, will step into the batter's box. He wears number 20 and hits from the right side, making start number 25 on the season. And he watches a first pitch fastball miss low to start off the game. Want to know the count. Again, Academy Barons with a record of 13-21, taking on the Conejo Oaks with a record of 24-10. The Oaks are currently in first place of the CCL South Division. He hits a fastball on the ground over to the shortstop, Lena. Lena sets his feet and fires over to first in time for out number 1, and that's how the game gets started. Again, Dante Zamudio on the mound. Gets out number 1 via the ground out. And now we'll see the catcher, George Baker. George Baker's playing baseball at the University of Louisville in the state of Kentucky, so coming all the way here to sunny California here to play summer ball. He hits from the left side. Where's number 40? And the first pitch skips in the dirt. Again, Adam Arroyo is the catcher today for the Academy Barons, and head coach Kenny Landro. Assistants on the staff. That one actually clipped George Baker, so George Baker is going to stroll over to first. A hit by pitch provides the Oaks their first base runner of the evening. Now it'll be Jack Brooks, the shortstop. Brooks is listed as an outfielder here on the Conejo Oaks roster, but getting the start as shortstop today. Plays baseball at the University of Oregon the past 2 seasons, going into his junior season next year. Shows bunt and pulls back. Want to know the count? Dante Zamudio making his 8th start of the season. Throws over to first base to check in on Baker. but Baker's back in safely with the slide. Zamudio this summer has been one of the better arms for Kenny Landreau here at the academy. Another fastball, this time skips away from Adam Arroyo, and so a runner will advance now to second on the wild pitch. Zamudio's again making start number 8 of the season. He has a record of 1-2 and enters with an ERA of 2.05. Again, that's a 2.05 ERA. In 35 innings pitched, he's given up 36 hits, 7 earned runs, has 36 punch-outs, has also issued the free pass 10 times. Doesn't issue a lot of walks. That's one of his strengths. He's currently down 2-0 in the count to the number 3 hitter who lifts this one up into right center. Andy Cisneros playing center field today, ranges over to his right and makes the catch for out number 2. So George Baker will have to stay put at second base. 2 outs, runner on second, and that'll bring up Justin Rubin. Dante Zamudio, fun fact from the righty, hasn't allowed an earned run in the last 2 starts, which have gone both 5 innings apiece. So in the last 10 innings, he hasn't given up an earned run, has 12 strikeouts, has allowed 9 hits and 5 walks in that same stretch. Again, a model of consistency for Kenny Landreau and the Academy of Barons pitching staff as Rubin rolls over the first pitch foul to the left side. 0-1 the count. The Barons entered the week with a chance to make the postseason. They were 3.5 games back of the third place Arroyo Seco Saints. However, lost on Tuesday night and also lost Wednesday and Friday, which has eliminated them from postseason play here in the 2024 season. The slider misses down. Good discipline there by Rubin not to chase. It's a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second is George Baker. Justin Rubin again at the plate. Dante Zamudio pitching from the stretch over on the third base side of the rubber. Kicks, delivers on home. This one's roped into shallow left field. Raymond Jenkins got a late break on it. Comes up firing, and there's not going to be a play at the plate. Colin Taylor cuts it off, and now they got the runner in the pickle between first and second. Throw over to Kirchner. Kirchner had the ball, and they're going to actually rule Justin Rubin safe at second. So as Efren Ortega was chasing down Rubin, he collided with him as he threw the ball over to Kirchner. Rubin was switching directions over to second. And because of that, the fielder obstruction, the umpire calls Rubin safe over at second. So that's going to be an RBI single for Rubin. Again, a funky play that just took place now. Don't see that too often, but a fielder obstruction that allows Rubin to get to second. Now there's a runner on second, 2 outs, and this will be the first pitch to third baseman Nick Leahy. Speed does catch the inner half. Nick Leahy getting the start at third base today. We saw him play second base back in Tuesday's game as the Oaks were here at the Academy back on Tuesday night. Fastball does catch the outer half. Nice zip on that one too. 91 miles per hour on the radar gun. It's now an 0-2 count. Again, so that run that came across, an earned run, the first earned run allowed by Dante Zamudio in 10 innings. 1-2 as a fastball runs inside. When Dante Zamudio on the mound, you'll see a fastball, slider, curveball, occasionally a changeup. Also has thrown a splitter a few times this summer. Fastball lives in the upper 80s but could touch 90 pretty consistently. There's the slider, but it misses. Adam Arroyo thought it was strike 3. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Leahy. 1-0 is the score as the Conejo Oaks currently lead over the Academy Barons. It's still the top of the first. 2 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on second. Dante Zamudio fires a fastball, and it's past the third baseman. Foul on the left side. So we'll do it again, 2-2. Dante Zamudio from the San Fernando Valley. Went to Grace Brethren High School. Lists his hometown in the city of Sylmar. And a slider sets down Nick Leahy for out number 3 as he wasn't able to make contact. Outside the zone, that's going to be out number 3. So again, they strand the runner on second, but the Conejo Oaks do strike first, getting the first run across here in the top of the first. They currently lead 1-0. We're going to go ahead and head to a break before we go to the bottom of the first. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for your Academy Barons. Back here for the bottom of the first batter we'll see for the Academy Barons is Jimmy Welsher as he watches a first pitch strike from the starter on the mound, Alejandro Hueso. Jimmy Welsher will bat leadoff, and we'll get you the rest of the lineup here for your Academy Barons and head coach Kenny Landreau. Another strike, a fastball in at 86. Jimmy Welsher hits from the left side. Where's number 2? And done a lot of pitching for the Barons this summer, but due to the injuries and guys coming away as it's a soft line drive right back to the pitcher, Hueso records out number 1. So good contact there by Jimmy Welsher, but unfortunately goes right back to the pitcher. Let's go ahead and get you the rest of the lineup for the Academy Barons. Batting in the 2 spot, it's first baseman Andrew Kirchner. Batting third and playing short is Dylan Lena. In the cleat-up spot, it's the right fielder Jacob Klanowski. Batting fifth and playing third base, Colin Taylor. Adam Arroyo will be doing the catching and batting 6th. First pitch swung on. It's a fastball lifted into left field. Going back is the left fielder, Josiah Chavez, and he camps under it for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the inning. Haven't even gotten to finish the lineup yet for the Academy Barons. Batting 7th and playing left field is Raymond Jenkins. Andy Cisneros will be batting 8th and playing center. And the second baseman, Efren Ortega, will be rounding out the order, batting 9th for Kenny Landreau. Again, Alejandro Hueso is on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. They're in their light blue uniforms with the gray pants. Academy Barons are in their home navy blues with the white stripe on the shoulders. First pitch fastball misses upstairs to Dylan Lena. Lena has now started in all 35 games, and if he starts tomorrow, he'll start every game this season as he's been a model of consistency. This one a hard grounder off the mound. It goes right to the second baseman. A little assist there, but score that 4-3 for out number 3. So a relatively quick inning here in the bottom of the first. Your Barons still trail 1-0. Back here at the Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy, just about ready for the top of the second. And we'll get you the starting lineup as it was a quick bottom of the first. So there you saw the lineup for the Academy Barons. Here in the top of the second, we'll see the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Conejo Oaks. Josiah Chavez will lead things off. He hits from the left side. He's playing left field today. And he watches a first pitch strike in off the arm of Dante Zamudio. Again, Dante Zamudio's fastball can get up to 91, even 92 we've seen this season. Has a wicked slider. Also mixes in a curveball, changeup, splitter as well. This one misses in the dirt. Again, Zamudio played this past season at UC Irvine for the Anteaters. Didn't get a whole lot of reps, so he was in the transfer portal. Announced earlier today that he's going to be playing at CSUN, Cal State Northridge, as he gets Josiah Chavez to swing over the top of that fastball. It's a 1-2 count. Again, Josiah Chavez will lead things off. Jordan Kang in the odd neck circle and Max Audet in the hole for the Conejo Oaks. Slider misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left fielder. Dante Zamudio not electing to wear the stirrups today. We've seen him wear the stirrups a few times this season. Adam Arroyo sets up outside. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper over to the second baseman, Ortega. Ortega charges it, and he muffs it. So reaching first safely will be the left fielder, Josiah Chavez. We'll wait to see if they rule that an error or an infield single. Efren Ortega playing second base for the first time this season. Again, it's kind of been the story here in the last couple of weeks as they do rule it an E4. A lot of players have come and gone this season. Efren Ortega, who's listed as a catcher, played 1 game at third base, now being forced to play second due to the lack of players, position players on the roster here in the final week of the season for the Academy Barons. Dante Zamudio throws over to first to check in on Chavez, but he's back in safely with the slide. Beginning of the season, we had the likes of Evan Cornwell, Tyler Rodriguez, and Roberto Bueno, along with Dylan Lina, to play shortstop and second as the fastball misses outside. But Cornwell and Tyler Rodriguez both suffered injuries. J.J. Cruz went on back to college, and so he was a late addition in the summer as well. Played a few games at shortstop. We also saw Dylan Kordick play some second base as this one's hit up into the air, but just foul out of play over the netting. 1-1 in the count. So again, a lot of mix and matching going here for head coach Kenny Landreau. He tried to come up with the lineup today, putting some guys in positions they're maybe not necessarily familiar with, as Efren Ortega playing second. Fastball misses just downstairs, a hair low below the knees. It's now a 2-1 count to Jordan Kang. Kang hits .235 on the season, making his 26th start. Where's number 18? That fastball does catch the zone this time, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nobody out and a runner on first. Jordan Kang playing at Harvard University, so playing in the Ivy League. Tyler Rodriguez, one of the shortstops that started the season with the Barons, played at Dartmouth, which is also in the Ivy League. So another infielder from the Ivy League playing here in the CCL. Hits the slider fouled back into the netting. And the count will remain at 2-2. And Zamudio making start number 8 of the summer in 35 innings. He's been lights out, has only allowed 9 earned runs, has only issued 10 walks in those 35 innings, and has struck out 36 batters. Here's the 2-2. Lifted foul out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on first is Josiah Chavez. He reached on the error. Zamudio with a long look in, shakes off a few pitches from his catcher, Adam Arroyo. Now comes set. Delivers on home, and this slider smack to the third baseman, Taylor, and Taylor comes up empty on the grounder. One was smoked down over to the hot corner, and he couldn't handle. They do rule that one a hit. It was 92 miles per hour off the bat. Would have been a tough play. I'm sure Dante Zamudio wishing both that a second baseman and third baseman made the play on those last two opportunities. Now there'll be 2 runners on for the first baseman, Max Audet. Audet weighs number 8, hits from the left side. Awaits the first pitch from Zamudio, and the fastball misses well outside. 1-0 the count. Audet hitting .243 on the season, has appeared in 14 games for the Oaks, has made 10 starts on the season. Fastball does catch the outer half. Nice work there by Adam Arroyo, the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Audet also listed as a catcher, playing first base. Played at LA Valley College in 2023. This past spring, played at St. John's University, as this one's fouled back into the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out still. There's 2 runners on. At first, it's Jordan Kang, and at second, it's Josiah Chavez. 2 ground balls that the Barons weren't able to capitalize on. Lightly tapped foul to the right side on the off-speed pitch. Count remains 1-2. Again, Audet is in the transfer portal, but last played at St. John's University, looking for a new home this upcoming school year. 1-2 hit on the ground over to Kirchner. Kirchner heading to his right, throws over to Lena. Lena had to wait for Zamudio to get over to first, and they're not going to be able to get Audet at first, so rule it a fielder's choice as Kang is retired, and there's 1 out.
The right fielder, number 9, Lucas Danielowitz.
Advancing to third on the play is Josiah Chavez. So now there's runners at the corners. Adam Arroyo will give out signs to his defense, and it'll be the number 9 hitter, Lucas Danielowitz. Danielowitz making his 25th appearance for the Conejo Oaks. Has started 20 games on the year. This one lifted into left center field, and that's going to drop right in front of Raymond Jenkins as he has to play it off a hop. An RBI single for Danielowitz. And it's a second run across for the Conejo Oaks. A 2-0 lead here in the top of the second.
The center fielder, number 20, Tommy Kinglinger.
Was guessing fastball the whole way, as now there's runners on first and second for Dante Zamudio. 1 run has come across in both of the first 2 innings. Max Audet is over at second base. Lucas Danielowitz is at first. Dante Zamudio on the mound, working from the stretch with 1 out. First pitch slider misses outside. 1-0 the count to Tommy Kendlinger. Kendlinger hit a ground out to the shortstop in his first AB of tonight's game. This one hit into center field, coming in a few steps is Andy Cisneros. He makes a catch and gets it in quickly to his cutoff man, Max Audet. Wasn't set up to tag, so that's going to be out number 2. No advancement by the runners.
The catcher, number 40, George Baker.
And now it'll bring up the catcher, George Baker. George Baker scored the first run of the game for the Conejo Oaks. He was hit by a pitch that bounced in the dirt. He advanced to second on a wild pitch that got past Adam Arroyo. And they came around to score on the RBI single by Justin Rubin. First pitch fastball. Catches the outer half. That's strike 1. Dante Zamudio currently at 36 pitches here in the outing thus far. Working with runners on first and second, 2 outs. George Baker foul tips this one into the glove, right on the fastball. That's strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch from Dante Zamudio is a fastball that misses high and outside. Maybe something to change the eye level of George Baker. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Zamudio does have 1 strikeout in the evening that came back in the top of the first. The third and final out to Nick Leahy. Has a 2-strike count here. George Baker fouls the fastball off to the left side. Get a big arsenal here for Dante Zamudio. Uses the fastball a lot, but the slider the second most. Will also throw that curveball quite a bit. And occasionally throws the splitter and the changeup. Here's the 1-2 from Zamudio, and this one sets down George Baker as he goes down for out number 3. So yes, the Conejo Oaks do get 1 run in the inning, but things could have been much worse. As Dante Zamudio strands 2 runners on base, we now head to the bottom of the second. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. And this is game number 35 on the season. Barons are 13-21, still searching for their first win here against the Conejo Oaks. Again, we're here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. This is the last and final home game here for the Academy Barons this summer, so I'll have to wait to next summer if you want to catch the Academy Barons here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. It's been a wonderful place for summer baseball here in the California Collegiate League. Yes, things haven't gone the Barons' way most of the time here this summer, but they have made lots of improvements, and we've mentioned it a few times. As we're going to go to break right now, the Barons are dealing with a depleted roster. So when we come back, we have the bottom of the second for you guys in just a moment. Again, thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. Cool. Back here at the bottom of the second inning here at the Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy. Leading things off will be the 4-hitter, Jacob Klanowski. 4, 5, 6 due up. Again, Klanowski playing right field today will lead things off for the Academy Barons. Alejandro Hueso fires a fastball that's fouled off to the left side. 0-1 the count. It was a quick bottom of the first inning as Hueso only needed 6 pitches to get all 3 outs. He had a soft line drive, a fly out, and a ground out. 0-1 pitch, a changeup placed on the outside part of the zone. 0-2 the count to Jacob Klanowski. Klanowski was a late addition to the Barons roster, has only started 14 games here in the summer. 0-2 misses well upstairs. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count now. Klanowski is a Southern California native, but currently playing at Cal State East Bay, which is over in the city of Hayward. If you're familiar with the Bay Area, it's the east side of the Bay where Oakland, Richmond, Alameda, those cities are at. Breaking ball misses well outside. Struggling to find the release point is Alejandro Hueso. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on base, and nobody out. Again, we'll see Jacob Klanowski, Colin Taylor, and Adam Arroyo here in the bottom of the second. Hueso from the stretch lifts this one into the air. George Baker takes off the mask. Looks like he's found it, and it drifted away a little bit to his left, but he stayed with it, and that's out number 2. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Colin Taylor.
So 1 out. That'll bring up the third baseman from LA Valley College. Colin Taylor, also from the San Fernando Valley, just like the starter Dante Zamudio. Whereas number 14, and comes up empty on the fastball there off of the arm of Alejandro Hueso. 0-1 the count. Again, played for the LA Valley Monarchs this past spring. Started 33 games, hit .341, and helped the Monarchs win their conference and advance to the postseason. He lifts another fastball into shallow left field. Going back is the shortstop, Jack Brooks, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So it's set up to be another quick inning for Hueso. He's only thrown 13 pitches so far, and he has 5 outs. Colin Taylor is retired for out number 2. Adam Arroyo will step into the batter's box. The defense for the Conejo Oaks looks like this. George Baker behind the plate. Over at first, it's Max Auday. Adam Arroyo misses. Watches a fastball miss. 1-0 the count. At second base, it's Jordan Kang. Jack Brooks is at short. And at third, Nick Leahy. In the outfield from left to right, Josiah Chavez, Tommy Kenlinger, and Lucas Danielwitz. This one smoked into left center field. Kenlinger's going back towards the track, still going back, and makes the catch on the track as he crashes into the wall. An impressive play there by the center fielder. Adam Arroyo just missed it on the fastball. Exit speed of 102 miles per hour off the bat, but he hit it to one of the deeper parts of the ballpark. So Adam Arroyo is retired for a loud out number 3. So again, the Barons go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the second. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third inning. And thanks for tuning in to the final regular season game here for the Academy Barons on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel. There you see on your screen the MLB Academy Barons lineup for today. Again, we've had some quick bottom in the first and second, so we're throwing it up here on your screen as Jimmy Welsher will be batting leadoff, doing the DH duties. First baseman Andrew Kirchner will be batting second. Playing shortstop and batting third is Dylan Lena. Jacob Klanowski, who you saw in the bottom of the second, is playing right field. In the sixth spot, it's Colin Taylor. Adam Arroyo will be doing the catching. Raymond Jenkins was in the seventh spot. Batting eighth is the center fielder Andy Cisneros Jr. And batting ninth, rounding out the order for the MLB Academy Barons is Efren Ortega, playing second base defensively. And that's the starting lineup for your Academy Barons. And thanks to the broadcast class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy for assisting with the broadcast today. And it's the final regular season game here for the Barons. Still looking for their first win on the season against the Conejo Oaks. They're currently 0-6 against the first place Oaks. We saw them last week get their first win against the Orange County Riptide last Friday on July 19th. So anything is possible in their final meeting of the regular season. Dante Zamudio fires a first pitch fastball. It's fouled off to the left side by Jack Brooks. 0-1 the count. It's now the second time through the lineup for the Oaks. We'll see 3, 4, 5, the heart of the order. Jack Brooks, Justin Rubin, and Nick Leahy do up here for the Conejo Oaks and head coach David Solis. Slider misses down and in, had that sharp late break to the lefty. And it's now a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Behind the plate, it's Adam Arroyo. Over at third, Colin Taylor. Dylan Lena's at short, Efren Ortega at second, and Andrew Kirchner is at first base. Fastball, ruled to strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 90 miles per hour on the radar gun. Again, Dante Zamudio hoping to settle in here in the top of the third. Allowed 1 run each in the first and the second. Off speed pitch, fouled off of Adam Arroyo. As he had Jack Brooks out in front, but he just made contact with it. Maybe left that pitch a little too high up in the zone. In the outfield from right to left, it's Jacob Klanowski, Andy Cisneros Jr., and Raymond Jenkins. Again, it's a different lineup than we're used to seeing here. Guys like Deuce Robinson, Zach Freeman, J.J. Cruz, and other members here of the Academy Barons are no longer on the team, either due to injury or other commitments. 1-2 fastball misses upstairs, and it tipped off the glove of Adam Arroyo and then knocked off the mask of the home plate umpire. Glad he's all right, but it'll slip up there by the catcher Adam Arroyo. Jack Brooks makes sure that the home plate umpire is good. Looked like it hit the straight up on the helmet, which knocked the mask loose. We're ready for the 2-2 pitch. Dante Zamudio misses a fastball. Low and inside, and it really didn't miss that much, but because Adam Arroyo was set up outside, he had to reach across his body. Made it look like it missed much worse than it did. So now a 3-ball, 2-strike count. You see the shadows creeping over home plate while the mound is in the sun. Payoff pitch from Dante Zamudio. The fastball is ruled ball 4. Didn't miss much. Just a tad downstairs. Adam Arroyo started throwing it around. I think most of the reactions here by the home crowd was also thinking that it was strike 3. Home plate umpire says that's ball 4. Maybe a little payback for Adam Arroyo not squeezing the pitch before and it knocking off the mask of the home plate umpire. Now that'll bring up Justin Rubin. He's doing the DH duties tonight as they throw over to first. Jack Brooks back in with the slide. Brooks likes to run. He's very aggressive on the base paths. Has 16 stolen base attempts on the season. 15 of 16. Has only been caught once. Fastball misses down in the dirt. Adam Arroyo traps it. A 1-ball, no strike count. Rubin had the RBI single back in the first and then was caught in a pickle between first and second, and as Efren Ortega was chasing him down, he threw the ball to Kirchner, and as he let it go, Rubin was changing direction, going to second, and he ran into Efren Ortega. He blocked his path, so they ruled Rubin safe at second, but it's an RBI single for Rubin. Again, 3, 4, 5 due up here in the half of the inning. Here's the fastball, throw down by Adam Arroyo, not going to be in time to get the speedy Jack Brooks. That's stolen base number 16 on the season for Brooks. Now there's a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, as that last pitch was ruled a fastball. As a team, the Oaks like to run a lot. They have 75 stolen bases in comparison to the Barons' 41 this season. Zamudio delivers a slider that just misses outside. That's going to be a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Justin Rubin showed a bunt, maybe trying to sacrifice that runner over to third base. It's a 2-1 count. Colin Taylor still playing beyond the bag over there at third base. This one smoked to the right side of the infield and off the glove of Efren Ortega. Now racing around third, being sent on home. Efren Ortega throws it to second. Wasn't aware that Jack Brooks was going to try and score. Again, a hard hit line drive that probably an everyday second baseman would have caught, but Efren Ortega playing second base and not used to that position scores. And we'll wait to see if they rule it an error or a hit. So it's a single for Justin Rubin, who advances to second. Has the ball kicked off the glove of Efren Ortega. 95 miles per hour off the bat. He's at second. There's still nobody out, and this one's also smoked into left center field. Going over to his right is Andy Cisneros. Nice play and range there by the center fielder to get out number 1. So that'll bring up Josiah Chavez. He had a single and came around to score back in the second inning. Score is now 3-0 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. They've gotten 1 run each of the first 3 innings. There's still a runner on second and 1 out. Josiah Chavez steps in. Runner's going to try and take third. Adam Arroyo throwing it down to third base, and it sails into left field. Now Raymond Jenkins has to come up firing, and it's not going to be in time. So stolen base for Rubin, and on the error made by Adam Arroyo on the throw, he scores. Looked like it just released weirdly off the arm of Adam Arroyo. About 5 feet too high for Colin Taylor. Bases are now empty. One and 1 count to Josiah Chavez. Check that 2-0 count. Josiah Chavez hit the high chopper to the second baseman, Efren Ortega. This was now hit on the ground over to Taylor. Taylor gloves it, throws it over in time to Kirchner, and that's going to be out number 2. Just to finish the thought, Josiah Chavez, who would originally ruled an error on the second baseman, Ortega, but they went back and ruled that a single. So Josiah Chavez got a single back in the top of the second. He's retired out here in the top of the third. There's 2 outs, nobody on base, but 2 runs have come across. And Dante Zamudio will face Jordan Kang for the second time this evening. First pitch to the second baseman. Fastball lifted up into right field. Jacob Klanowski racing over to his left. Makes the catch, shielding his eyes from the sun, and that's going to be out number 3. So 2 more runs come across for the Conejo Oaks. They now lead 4-0. Again, Barron's still looking for win number 1 against the Oaks this summer season. They have struggled against the top teams from the California Collegiate League, especially in the South Division. Again, entering with the record of 13-21. When we come back from break, we'll have the bottom of the third, and it'll be the bottom third of the order for the Academy Barons. Again, I'm Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Back here for the bottom of the third inning. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Due up in the order here in this half of the inning. Barons currently trailing 4-0. Alejandro Hueso still on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. Pumps a fastball at 85 past the bat of Jenkins. And we'll see Raymond Jenkins, Andy Cisneros Jr., and Efren Ortega for the first time. This one's rolled over to the third baseman, Nick Leahy. Fires it over to first in time. That's going to be out number 1. So let's go ahead and take this time to talk about the standings here in the California Collegiate League in the South. There you see in first place on the left is the Conejo Oaks, and they've been dominant, 24-10. Now the top 3 teams get into the playoffs, but with the Santa Barbara Foresters playing in the NBC postseason over in Wichita, that means the Saints and the Riptide will make the postseason, as the Foresters will go on to play in the postseason in the NBC in Wichita, Kansas. First pitch misses outside to Andy Cisneros. Again, the Barons had an opportunity to make the playoffs at the beginning of the week. They went 3-1 in 4 games last week. We're 3.5 games out with 5 games left. This one's poked out to right center, but right there is the right fielder, Daniewicz, as it faded right to the right fielder. And that's going to be out number 2. But after losing the first 3 games of the week, the Barons were eliminated from playoff baseball contention. The Riptide and the Saints will battle for positioning of 2nd and 3rd. One of those teams will host the wild card game, while the Conejo Oaks have already locked up the first round bye. Now we'll see the number 9 hitter, Efren Ortega. Fastball. Misses the zone at 88. It's a 1-0 count. Ortega starting at second base. It's his first start at that position. He's also played third base. Listed as a catcher. Just graduated high school, too, as he lifts another fastball. Has some good carry, but it's not going to leave the yard as it stays fair and in left field. It's the left fielder, Josiah Chavez, who gloves it for out number 3. So another quick inning. That's now 3 straight quick innings. Alejandro Hueso has only thrown 21 pitches, and his team's currently up 4-0 as he's retired all 9 batters in a row. Again, this is the final game here of the Academy Barons in the 2024 summer season. And let's go ahead and bring up the standings one more time. Again, the Conejo Oaks are in first place, and they've pretty much already locked up the first seed, and they have that first round bye. Now the Santa Barbara Foresters, while they're in second, they will go on to play in the NBC playoffs, which is over in the state of Kansas, in the city of Wichita. So they will not be playing in the CCL postseason, which means the Arroyo Seco Saints, even though they're in third, they're currently in second, and the Riptide are going to be in third, making that final playoff position. Again, remember the Barons had a chance at the beginning of the week entering Tuesday's game. We're only 3.5 games back. They needed some luck, but they lost that first game on Tuesday, lost on Wednesday to the Orange County Riptide, and then lost last night to the Arroyo Seco Saints, which eliminated them from playoff position. They're at the bottom of the standings. You see the Ventura County Pirates and the San Diego Sunrays in 6th and 7th place. Both teams are affiliates of the California Collegiate League. Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound for your Academy Barons here in the top of the 4th. Wearing number 50, it's going to be the big right-hander from Whittier College, Maximus Berber. Zamudio's day is done. And so we're going to be having an interview with you guys here in the top of the 4th inning. Hold on, just making sure. We also have a new pitcher on the mound in Maximus Berber. You see the final throwdown from Adam Arroyo. Again, back here in the top of the fourth. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel. We have an interview here for you in the top of the fourth inning, sitting with the big lefty from Golden West College, Grant Ferris.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm chilling.
Good to have you on.
Yeah.
Now, Grant, you started a lot of games on the mound for the Academy Barons this summer, but you also got to start as a DH. How was that?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I haven't hit in like 2 years since high school. I got a couple spot hits in the West Coast League my freshman year, and I struck out most of the time, so it was pretty fun to actually get back out there.
So this pitch clips Max Audet. It actually misses inside, so he'll stay at the bat. 2-0 the count. Again, sitting here with Grant Ferris. Now, you were a Golden West Rustler this past 2 seasons.
Yes, sir.
What led to that decision, and how did you end up at Golden West College after going to Dana Hills High School?
So out of high school, I went to Washington State, and I didn't feel like it was the right fit for me. So then I came back to Golden West and made the choice because my dad was pretty close with the assistant coach, Mike Monday. So good connection there, and yeah, I had a lot of fun playing there. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory while playing at Golden West College?
We were on a bus ride to College of the Sequoias, and Dylan Lena saw snow for the first time, so that was pretty funny.
Nice. Did you guys get to go to, was it Sequoia National Park then?
No, it was College of the Sequoias. We were playing
Okay.
up there, yeah. My bad. Like Valencia or Visalia.
Visalia, that's right. Okay. Right on. Now, I have a favorite moment as there's a single down on the field, and it could be extra bases for Max Audet. He's going to try and push for 2. Here's the throw from Jenkins, and it gets past Efren Ortega. So that will be a leadoff double for the first baseman. Now, I wanted to ask you, because there's a lot of guys from the Orange Empire Conference, is there any friendly trash talk going on between you from Golden West, Jimmy Welsher from Orange Coast, Aaron
Yeah.
Rosales from Santa Ana College?
Yeah, Aaron's talking a lot about Santa Ana because we didn't really beat them too much. They beat us the majority of the time, so he talks a lot. But Andrew Powell, he went to Fullerton, and that's like kind of the banter because we beat them this year, and it was pretty good to beat them on their field too. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've worked for Santa Ana College the past 2 seasons, and one of my favorite memories this past year was at the Super Regionals that you guys hosted.
Yeah.
There was a lot of wild events that took place, but I remember in that first, no, it was the second game of that Thursday, Santa Ana lost to Santa Barbara in a surprising fashion in Game 1, and then they went on to take you guys.
Yeah.
I think your starter, I forget his name, as there's another base hit that's going to land for the Conejo Oaks. But your starter had a relatively short outing, and I believe you were the first man out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got asked to do the job here for the Academy Barons, I remembered seeing your name, Grant Ferris, because that was my first time seeing you. I didn't get to do any regular season games when the Dons played the Rustlers. But, man, you were lights out. I believe the first 3 innings, I think you had to go a 4th, and that's when they got to you. But you were lights out up there against the Santa Ana Dons, which is a really good hitting team. But
Thank you.
Yeah, you were making them look silly up there.
Yeah, that was actually kind of an interesting game because we had the bye in the first game, so then our coach, we didn't throw out all our guys in the first game, and so I had to come in like the 3rd inning, and prior to that, I think I only pitched 7th inning or later, only 1 inning outing, so it was like a kind of different thing for that season. I never really did that, so it was kind of crazy to do that.
How did you think playing in the Orange Empire Conference, a really tough competitive conference with a lot of good players, prepped you for this next level of college baseball?
Honestly, I think the Orange Empire Conference is probably one of the toughest conferences I've ever played in. I think it's one of the toughest. I think it's one of the toughest environments to play in too, because everyone has had a D1 scholarship at some point, and they're all definitely deserving of more. They're all definitely deserving of playing at another level. So, yeah.
So it's an RBI single for Tommy Kenlinger. A second run comes across here as now the Oaks lead 6-0. Do you have a favorite memory here playing for the MLB Academy Barons this summer?
Yeah, I think the DH was pretty fun. That was probably my favorite memory. That was really fun.
Now, as you look for a new home, because you just finished your sophomore season at Golden West, what can you share about your next location or where you're looking to play?
I'm going to UNLV next semester to play baseball. So
nice. Congratulations on University of Las Vegas, or University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Yeah. There's the first out of the inning as Efren Ortega throws it over to Kirchner at first. Now, there's a lot of Golden West guys here on the MLB Urban Youth Academy Barons squad. Was there a connection between you guys and your coaches, or did one person kind of start it off and get you guys to come here?
Yeah, Dylan Dylan Lena actually was like in November, I think, was like, do you want to play on the Barons? And I was thinking, like, I don't got a place to play, playing close to home. Like, that would be a lot of fun to, like, stay home and play with all, like, the Golden West kids for another summer. So that kind of, like, led into it. And then it was kind of like a domino effect after that. Kirch ended up signing, and then Andrew Stanley ended up signing after that too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you three played on the Rustlers last year, but even guys like Adam Arroyo played, I believe, 2 or 3 seasons ago.
And Andy in center field played at Golden West his freshman year too.
Nice. So there's a big connection there as there's a chopper to the second baseman, Ortega. Stays with it and throws it over to Kirch for out number 2. Another run does come across for the Conejo Oaks, who lead now 7-0. Again, we're talking with Grant Ferris, a lefty pitcher for the Academy Barons. Kenny Landreau played in the major leagues for quite some time back in the 80s and 70s. Is there anything you took from your time with him here this summer?
Yeah, he preaches like showing up every day with the same attitude, and I think that kind of resonates with me because you see guys fall off. I mean, we only have like 15 guys in the dugout right now, and we only play 48 games during the summer. So I think him saying that like really tries to he tries to motivate a lot of the players, and I think that really helps a lot because, you know, if you can't expect to play 48 during the summer, how are you going to play 162 at the next level? So that's what he tries to preach to the pitchers at least, and so I agree with that too.
Again, we're going to head to break after the conclusion of the top of the 4th. Again, that was Grant Ferris. Thank you for your time, Grant. We appreciate you for coming on for an interview.
Thank you.
Best of luck at UNLV.
Yeah.
And again, hope to have you on the broadcast soon again.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can slide that back on. Cool, back here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy, just about ready for the bottom of the 4th, and there on your screen you see the California Collegiate League summer standings here in the North Division. The Walnut Creek Crawdads are currently in first place with a record of 22-13. We've seen the San Luis Obispo Blues here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy earlier on in the season back in June. They're in second place with a record of 20-13, and the Sonoma Stompers are in third with a record of 19-15. So those top 3 teams make the postseason there in the North Division. Remember, the first place team gets the bye. Then the second and third place team will play in a wild card game. Then the first place team will take on the winner of that. And then the winner of the North Division will take on the winner of the South Division in the postseason. Again, that's here in the California Collegiate League. So maybe about a week and a half or 2 more weeks left of action if you're counting the postseason. Tomorrow is the final day of regular season play as the Barons will travel to Orange County for the final game of the season to take on the Orange County Riptide tomorrow night at 7 p.m. In steps Jimmy Welsher and watches a fastball miss outside. Alejandro Hueso still on the mound, and he's only thrown 22 pitches now. 22 pitches, and he's got 9 outs. Very efficient start. It's his first start of the season. He's primarily worked as a reliever, come out of the bullpen 11 different times for head coach David Solis. In 13 2/3 innings entering today's game, he's only given up 8 hits, has 19 strikeouts, and had 4 walks. So the reliever getting the start today. There is an arm warming up in the Oaks bullpen. Again, thanks again to Grant Ferris, who was with us in the top of the 4th inning. It's now the bottom of the 4th. The Oaks lead 7-0 as the Barons trail 7-0. But Jimmy Welsher works a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 4th. And the Oaks are the first place team. And showing everybody why tonight with a 7-0 lead. They got 1 run in the 1st, 1 run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and then 3 in the 4th. Andrew Kirchner and the Barons still looking for their first run and first hit of the evening. They've gone down 1-2-3. Jimmy Welsher is actually the first base runner for the Barons tonight. Still plenty of baseball left in this one. The final home regular season game of the 2024 season. First pitch breaking ball. Slides inside for strike 1. Kirchner's making his 33rd start. Again, you heard Grant Ferris say that Dylan Lena was able to get the other Golden West guys on the team for the Barons this summer. Kirchner hits this one right back up the middle and to the pitcher, who throws it over to second and then back on to first in time. So a rally killer there for the Barons. A 1-6-3 double play. Just like that. 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on base, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Dylan Lena. Again, Lena played for the Academy Barons this past summer in 2023. Came to the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Played for the high school teams as well when he was in high school. Went to St. John Bosco High School his senior season. And then originally committed to San Jose State right out of high school. But bounced back and ended up at Golden West College. This fastball's ripped up the middle, and that's going to be a 2-out single for Dylan Lena. Again, the man who started all 35 games for the Academy Barons, and hopefully he gets to start all 36 tomorrow as they take on the Orange County Riptide. So that's the first hit of the evening for the Academy Barons. 2 outs, and that'll bring up the right fielder Jacob Klinowski. Again, from Cal State East Bay, but a Southern California native, grew up in the city of Upland. Went to Claremont High School. First pitch to the right fielder is swung on and missed. The fastball at 88. That fastball getting stronger as the innings continue for Alejandro Hueso. In the first inning, his fastball was ranging in the 85 to 86 miles per hour range. 0-1 off speed pitch, and Klinowski fouls it off his foot. No balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Lena's over at first. There's 2 outs, and Colin Taylor's on deck. This is well upstairs with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacob Klinowski popped up to the catcher in foul territory, George Baker. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Dylan Lena's the runner on first. First baseman Max Audet holding the runner. This one lifted into right field. That ball has a chance. Going back is Lucas Danielewicz, and that's a 2-run home run for Jacob Klinowski. So the Barons get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacob Klinowski sends one over the wall in right field. Dylan Lena scores. And now it's a 7-2 game here as the Barons looking to climb back into this one. Finally getting to the starter, Alejandro Hueso, who retired the first 9 batters in a row. He gave up a leadoff walk to Jimmy Welsher. A double play quickly erased the rally. But Dylan Lena first got a single and then scored on the 2-run home run by Jacob Klinowski. It's the 2nd home run of the season for Jacob Klinowski. He now has 6 RBIs on the season as well. 7-2 is the score. Colin Taylor comes up empty there on the fastball, and it's now a 0-1 count to the third baseman, who popped up to the shortstop in shallow left field. Fastball misses inside and nearly gets the jersey of Taylor. It's good to see Taylor back in the lineup last Friday against the Orange County Riptide. He scored the go-ahead run but injured his lower back in doing so. Watches another pitch in the dirt. 2-1 the count. And so he missed a couple of games. But back in the lineup. Again, so thin at the infielder position, Academy Barons are here at the end of the season. 2-1, and Colin Taylor got the fastball he was looking for, but couldn't come up with some contact there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, Barons trail 7-2. On deck is the catcher Adam Arroyo. Hueso fires another fastball, and looked like it got a piece of George Baker's arm or maybe his side. Looked like it just clipped maybe his rib cage. Missed the chest padding as a trainer for the Academy Barons is going to go check in on George Baker. And hope George Baker is all right. Foul ball that ricocheted off the bat of Colin Taylor. So as the head coach, David Solis, and the trainer for the Academy Barons check in on George Baker, I want to say thank you again for tuning into Academy Barons Baseball, whether you watched the whole season or the tuning into the game for the first time today. We appreciate you all for who have tuned in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons Baseball YouTube channel this summer. Members of the California Collegiate League here in the South Division. They won 8 games last season in 2023. Currently 13-21. Have a chance to come back and win here and win potentially a game tomorrow against the Orange County Riptide. So can almost double up their win total if they're able to get 2 more wins here on the regular season. But despite the tough breaks that they've caught and the low numbers and players suffering injuries, they've battled throughout the season. Again, we said last Friday, short-handed and short-staffed, the Academy Barons came away with their first win against the Orange County Riptide on the season back on July 19th in a pretty heroic effort. Again, Colin Taylor scored the go-ahead run. He's up at the plate. Barons are trying to get their first win against the Conejo Oaks on the season tonight. Oh, and he comes up empty there on the slider, as that's going to be strike 3. But 2 runs do come across thanks to the 2-run home run by Jacob Klanowski. Again, I'm Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. When we come back, we'll have the top of the 5th inning and see if there's a new pitcher on to tell you about. And we'll head to break and return with the top of the 5th. Catch you guys in a bit. Top of the 5th inning here, and the Oaks will send up their 5, 6, 7 hitters, Nick Leahy, Josiah Chavez, and Jordan Kang. Okay, thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here. The final regular season game of the CCL summer season here in 2024. Big breaking ball. Maximus Berber in for his second inning of work. Threw 14 pitches in his first inning and allowed 3 runs to come across. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. Finally was able to get 2 back-to-back groundouts as well as a flyout. 1-1 count as this one's fouled back into the netting. This one's high chopper to Dylan Lena. Dylan Lena can't glove it as it goes right over his head. Took a big hop there. We've seen a few of those this season here at the Academy. Unfortunate bounce there for the shortstop, Maximus Berber. We'll stroll back to the mound, and now there's a runner on first. So that'll bring up Josiah Chavez, the left fielder. Berber working from the stretch with the runner on first. And the first pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 is a fastball that misses high and wide. 2 balls, no strikes. They give it a hit to Nick Leahy. He's aboard on first. Again, Maximus Berber from Whittier College. This one smoked into right center field. Jacob Konofsky's going to jog back, but that's going to be a 2-run home run for Josiah Chavez. 100 miles per hour off the bat. Traveled a distance of 391 feet. So we saw a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 4th, and now a 2-run home run here in the top of the 5th. Back to a 7-run lead for the Conejo Oaks. Again, Josiah Chavez with the 2-run home run.
Number 18, Jordan Kang.
That's the first home run of the season for Josiah Chavez. He was a late addition to the team, too, as well for the Conejo Oaks. Has only played 7 games this summer. Now Maximus Berber will face the 7-hitter Jordan Kang, and he fires a first pitch fastball in for a strike. Again, Berber wears number 50. Played at Whittier College the last 3 seasons. Has an 0-2 count on Jordan Kang. And this one, a slider that sets down Kang via the strikeout. That's out number 1 here. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Barons trailing 9-2. Oaks have 9 runs off of 10 hits, no errors, while the Barons have 2 runs off of 2 hits and 1 error defensively. With Berber on the mound, we'll see a fastball primarily 65% of the time, but also uses his changeup and slider. First pitch fastball in for a strike. This one misses downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has also thrown a cutter a couple of times here in the summer. Lives in the mid-80s with the fastball. Misses downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Berber from the windup. Misses inside to the first baseman, Max Audet. Audet hit the double to lead off the 4th inning against Maximus Berber. Here's the 3-1. Berber working relatively quickly, but missed it inside. Throws his hands up in frustration.
The right fielder, number 9, Lucas Danielwitz.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Lucas Danielwitz. So he had an RBI double, too, back in the 4th that scored Max Audet. Again, we had Grant Ferris on in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch strike to Danielwitz, the right fielder. Move over to first to check in on Audet, but he's back in safely with the slide. The lights have been turned on here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Still plenty of daylight here in the city of Compton. Beautiful evening for baseball. Adam Arroyo is going to throw down. It was towards the field side, the grass of the first base line. And so Kirchner wasn't able to apply down a tag. Fouled back into the netting. It's now a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Currently 72 degrees. Temperatures never reached over 80 today here in the city of Compton. Slider hit foul, out of play to the right side, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Maximus Berber looking for that out pitch here against the right fielder Lucas Danielewicz. Oh, the fastball just missing the zone. Adam Arroyo working hard behind the plate. It's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. And the fastball misses upstairs. Maximus Berber lost the number 9 hitter Danielewicz, and so now back-to-back walks here. Again, Maximus Berber, we saw earlier in the game Dante Zamudio, who is a two-way player and has gotten reps as a batter and a pitcher for the Barons this summer. We've also seen the same for Maximus Berber, and he's a two-way player at Whittier College as he fires a first pitch fastball past Tommy Kenlinger. He went to Ramona High School over in the city of Riverside, played both football and baseball. He's a big guy over there on the mound. I can imagine he'd be pretty intimidating once you put the pads on. This is the 9th appearance of the season for the Barons. He started 3 games and 6 have come out of the bullpen. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tommy Kenlinger, the center fielder. One of his better outings of the season came back on July 7th against the Santa Barbara Foresters. He went 7 innings, only allowed 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts as he sets down Tommy Kenlinger via the strikeout for out number 2. So now to bring up the number 2 hitter, George Baker. Catcher feeling all right after getting a foul tip off the rib cage against Colin Taylor back in the bottom of the 4th. 9-2 is the score. Berber from the stretch and gets Baker to chase outside the zone. Maybe the change up there. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Danielewicz is at first, Audet is at second. This one just misses the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Berber throws a breaking ball that breaks below the knees. It's now a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Again, at Whittier College in his career, he's a career 260 hitter. Hit 290 as a freshman back in 2022. He fires another fastball on the inner half. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And pitching-wise, he's a career 5.82 ERA pitcher while at Whittier College. Off-speed pitch hit foul to the right side. Count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we have a couple more interviews for you today here later on in the game. We had Grant Ferris back in the top of the 4th. Again, shout out to Grant Ferris. Member of the Golden West Rustlers the past 2 seasons, and now will be playing baseball at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the fastball is going in the dirt. So George Baker works it full. On deck is the DH. No, it's the shortstop, Jack Brooks. Expect the runners to be in motion with 2 outs. They do. Breaking ball misses outside. Berber tried to get him with the back door, but not enough break on that one. It's a walk that loads the bases here for the shortstop, Jack Brooks. He has good speed. We saw him get stolen base number 16 on the season back in the 3rd inning. He had an RBI ground out back in the 4th. This is his 4th plate appearance of the evening. Currently 0 for 2 with the walk as this one's fouled back into the padding. 0-1 the count. Berber was 2nd team all-conference for Whittier College as a pitcher. Lifted into the air in playable territory for Lena as Raymond Jenkins calls off the shortstop and makes a catch in shallow left. Bit scary play there as you didn't want to see those 2 players collide. We're going to head to break as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th. Your Barons are currently trailing 9-2 after the 2-run home run by Josiah Chavez. Okay, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. At the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Just about ready for the bottom of the 5th, and we have a new pitcher on the mound to tell you about for the Conejo Oaks, the visiting team, the first place team here in the CCL South Division. Wearing number 45 and standing at 6'8". It's a big right-hander from Butler University by the name of Gabriel Pankratz. So he's a new pitcher, again 6'8" on the mound. It's an intimidating presence up there. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters. That means the day is done for Alejandro Oeso. He threw 42 pitches, which got him through 4 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs, 2 hits, one of them being the 2-run home run off the bat of Jacob Klanowski. He had 1 strikeout and 1 walk. Very efficient again. 42 pitches and 4 innings of work. Okay, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. He will face Adam Arroyo to lead off the inning. And he smokes this one into left field, but Josiah Chavez not going to have any problem with that one on a line, but he only had to go about 5 steps to his left.
The left fielder, number 19, Raymond Jenkins.
So 1 out of the inning off of 1 pitch. That'll bring up the 7-hitter, Raymond Jenkins. Not a lot of Barons hitters have gotten deep counts so far in this game. They currently trail 9-2. Jenkins comes up empty on the fastball and at 89 miles per hour. Again, Gabriel Pankratz is the new pitcher on the mound from Butler University. Oh, 1 is another fastball that's fouled off. Out of play into the netting on the right side, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. The left fielder awaits. Hits this one softly into the air, and that's going to drift into the bullpen for the Oaks. Pancrantz has only made one other appearance for the Oaks this summer. So possibly a late addition for David Solis. And this is the second appearance on the season. He worked 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. From the windup, big breaking ball, and that sets down Raymond Jenkins for the strikeout. And out number 2.
A center fielder, number 31, Andy Cisneros.
So that'll bring up Andy Cisneros. Playing center field today. Towards maybe just 2-3 weeks ago, we saw Deuce Robinson playing a lot of center as he lines this one right back up the middle. Andy Cisneros has himself a 2-out single. But we saw guys like Zach Freeman out in center. Deuce Robinson played a few games in center as well. And now Andy Cisneros getting the start in center with both Zach Freeman and Deuce Robinson no longer part of the team. We'll wait to see if Zach Freeman plays tomorrow. If you were there Tuesday night, it was on a pop-up that was hit for the catcher. And the Oaks catcher threw the mask, and it just happened to hit Zach Freeman right in the jaw. Max Audet barely caught that one as the sun's right in his eyes right now. The first baseman covering the bag. Andy Cisneros on first, and Efren Ortega at the plate. But again, Zach Freeman chipped a tooth when the catcher's mask hit his jaw. So hasn't been with the team the past couple of days. First pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count to Efren Ortega. And then Deuce Robinson went back to focus on football as they're nearing the beginning of season. Runner takes off for a second. Here's a throw down from Baker. It's on the money, and that's going to be out. Andy Cisneros gets thrown out for out number 3. A nice throw there by George Baker. So Efren Ortega will still get to hit, and he will lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. Barons trail 9-2. And thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. I want to remind you guys to follow us on our social media pages. There you see it on your screen. On Instagram, at MLB Academy Barons. And on YouTube, at MLB Academy Barons. Again, those are the places you can follow us on YouTube channel. Tomorrow is the final regular season game. It's the next game for the Academy Barons as they'll take on the Orange County Riptide at Great Park in the city of Irvine. First pitch scheduled at 7 p.m. Not too far if you want to go check out the Academy Barons on the road. Again, we'll head on to a break. When we come back, we'll have a new pitcher to tell you about in the top of the 6th. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back in just a moment. Got another interview for you guys as we do have a new pitcher on the mound. Marcellus Henry will take the mound from Maximus Berber, the third pitcher of the evening, who we're seeing for Kenny Landro's squad. He'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Justin Rubin will lead things off. Now with us here in the top of the 6, we have the starter from today's game, Dante Zamudio. How you doing, Dante?
I'm doing good. You know, a little frustrated after today's little start, but you know what? It's baseball and it happens. So just got to get through it, and we got another day tomorrow.
So one thing I was reading up on you, Dante, before the season started, you played the past couple of seasons for the Cape Catfish, right, in
Yes,
summer
sir.
ball?
Yes,
How
sir.
was it, being a California kid going in Missouri in the summers? How was that?
You know, I mean, it was my sophomore year going out to West Virginia. That was my first time, you know, out of state, going at least that far. So that was pretty crazy. So then when I got to play in Missouri, I mean, completely different baseball out there, and it's super cool, awesome environment. The fans are insane. You know, shout out to the Catfish for having me out there. They're a super cool squad.
And we're here with Dante Zamudio here on your screen. He was a starter for today's game.
Yes, sir.
He made 8 starts for the Academy Barons this summer, and you're pretty much one of the more consistent pitchers for Kenny Landro and the Academy Barons this summer. What's been one of the, I don't want to say secrets, but one of the things that you had when your mindset is to start a game? What mindset do you go in with?
Have fun. I mean, as soon as you make baseball into a job, you know, you take the fun out of it and you forget that it's a game and you start stressing out. And that's the one thing I came out this summer. I said I just want to have fun and play the game that I've grown up and love, you know. I remember back to when I was like 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, when I was like, you know what, this is the best game that I can play and the best game out here. So I just want to have fun. And every single start I took that and I was like, let's have fun, let's give glory to the Lord and go out there and compete.
Again, here with Dante Zamudio, one of the pitchers here for the Academy Barons. The Barons are led by head coach Kenny Landro, as a ball drops in front of Raymond Jenkins, and so it'll be a double for Nick Leahy. But you're playing for head coach Kenny Landro. What's one thing that you've learned from a Major League Baseball player like himself?
You know, like the crazy stories that he has, from playing with like Nolan Ryan to facing Randy Johnson and playing behind all these like crazy Hall of Famers. I mean, he's super knowledgeable and he loves talking about the game, and I just sitting next to him. I sit next to him basically every game and talk to him about pitch sequence, about what hitters look at, especially like at that top level in the Major League level, and knowing, I mean, the maturity and the knowledge that he's given me this summer is awesome, and it's been a blessing to be behind him and play for him.
Do you have a favorite moment with the Academy Barons here this summer?
I gotta say probably my start against the Foresters, knowing like that lineup, and I mean, shout out to Zach Freeman making an insane catch for me to save a run, and having Jacob as well, Showtime out there in right field, saving me a run and going to shutout 5 innings against those guys. I mean, that's definitely my favorite time right now, again, with the Barons, for sure.
And you also got to have a chance to hit at the plate a few times this season as well. How
Yes,
important
sir.
was that for you to get some at-bats during the summer to showcase your talents as both a two-way player?
I mean, coming off a two-way, being both summers with the Catfish, I love being a two-way. It just shows I'm being able to be an athlete, especially on the field and on the mound. I mean, being able to be a two-way and show off the tools that I have at the plate as well. Even though it wasn't that many, I still like have fun, and like I said, having fun is like the biggest thing, and that's all I wanted to do this summer. So
Did you ever try and convince Kenny Landro to hit for yourself when you were starting on the mound?
I did not. I used to do that, and I've done that before. At Pierce, I used to be my own hitter, but you know what? I'd rather just focus on pitching and focus on what I'm doing up there and not letting the at-bats that I have go to the mound. So I said, I'm just going to, when I pitch, I'll pitch, and when I hit, I'll be able to hit and play the field.
So you're from the San Fernando Valley, but you're going
Yes,
back
sir.
to Cal State Northridge. What is it like to go back home and play baseball in that hometown area of yours?
Super awesome opportunity. You know, going into this summer, I prayed and I asked the Lord to give me an opportunity to play at home, because I mean, my parents will be able to get to watch me again, and it's going to be in an environment that I've known, that I've grown up with, and I've been, you know, around my whole life, and I got that opportunity, and it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited for it, for sure.
Do you have a favorite baseball player of all time?
All time? Ooh, I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, growing up, Derek Jeter was my guy, being a shortstop. Also, I mean, I have favorite players basically at like different positions that I played at. Catching, Yadier Molina. On the mound, Jared Weaver. The reason why I like the Angels is because of Jared Weaver and Vladimir Guerrero Sr. So I have a couple. I have a couple for sure.
Again, we're here with starter Dante Zamudio as Marcellus Henry
Sally.
gets the final out here in the top of the 6th. Before you go, do you have a favorite food spot in the San Fernando Valley that people need to check out?
Oh, for sure. Tacos Way. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there's one in Silmar right over by my house. Tacos Way. Shout out to them. They have a hot Cheeto burrito. It's killer. Best thing in the valley for sure.
Okay, that's Dante Zamudio. Appreciate you
Thank
for
you.
coming on for an interview. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th. Your Barons are currently trailing 9-2 when we come back.
Sir.
Thank you. Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll see the 9-1-2 hitters due up here for the Barons lineup. Still on the mound is Gabriel Pancratz. He's the second pitcher of the evening as Efren Ortega offers at the first pitch fastball. Over to the third baseman, Nick Leahy. He makes the throw deep from his position, and it's on time. Nice play by the first baseman, Max Audet. Let's go ahead and reset the defense for you. Here for the visiting Conejo Oaks. They currently lead 9-2. Behind the plate, it's George Baker. At first base, Max Audet. Second base, Jordan Kang. At shortstop, Jack Brooks. Third baseman, Nick Leahy. In the outfield from left to right, Josiah Chavez, Tommy Kendlinger, and Lucas Danielewitz. First pitch fastball, catches the outer half to Jimmy Welsher. Strike one. Welsher worked a walk in his last AB. Pancratz pitches from the windup. The righty from Butler University throws a big breaking ball. Welsher checked his swing. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count, says the third base umpire. Again, thanks to Dante Zamudio, who we had in the top of the 6th inning. We'll also have one more interview for you later on this evening with the player. We had, as the fastball misses high and away to Welsher. 2-1 the count. We had Grant Ferris back on the top of the 4th, and then Dante Zamudio back in the top of the 6th. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Barons trail 9-2. Welsher watches this one miss upstairs as well. 3-1, he's in the driver's seat. One out in the inning, nobody on base. Pancratz does fire a fastball for strike 2. Runs the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this one misses inside. So Jimmy Welsher works back-to-back walks in his last 2 ABs. He's on board for the second time this evening. The Barons have only had 4 base runners on the evening. Check that, 5. Andy Cisneros did run himself out of an out as he was caught stealing back in the 5th inning. Andrew Kirchner will step into the batter's box. He does have some power as well, has 3 home runs on the season, which currently sits in 2nd place. Adam Arroyo has the most with 4. Oh, and the fastball does catch the zone or somewhere near it. Ruled a strike by the home plate umpire. It's an 0-1 count. Jump move over to first, and Jimmy Welsher was caught frozen, but the tag not going to be in time by Max Audet, so a good move, but Jimmy Welsher able to scamper back. Ken Welsher, the DH, over at first base. Andrew Kirchner watches the 0-1 fastball miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oaks currently in first place with a record of 24-10. Barons in fifth with a record of 13-21. Still looking for win number 1 against the Oaks this season. Currently 0 for 6, 0-6. Big breaking ball, the curveball. Doesn't get called a strike there. Kirchner also went to Golden West College along with Grant Ferris and Dylan Lena. But we'll be playing baseball at Cal State Fullerton this upcoming school year. Comes up empty there on the swing, and it's now a 2-ball, 2-strike count. He went to Gar High School, which is in the city of Cerritos, off the 91 freeway, maybe about a 15-minute drive without any traffic. This one's smoked right to the second baseman, Kang. He's going to have a play out first. Jimmy Welsher is thrown out. Unfortunate bounce there for the Academy Barons as Kirchner hit it very hard, but right to Jordan Kang. And Jimmy Welsher wasn't that far off the bag, but because Kang was so close, he's able to double off the runner. So, unfortunately for the Barons, another potential opportunity to score is squandered there by the Oaks defense. Okay, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. This is the final home game of the Barons season here in 2024. We're going to cut to break, and when we come back, we'll have the top of the 7th inning in just a moment. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in just a bit. Top of the 7th inning, Marcellus Henry still on the mound, going for his 2nd inning of work, and it's a first pitch fastball that misses downstairs to the first baseman, Max Audet. We'll have 8-9-1 due up here in the order. He does watch a fastball graze the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Henry is the 3rd pitcher we're seeing here on the evening. We saw Dante Zamudio, who started the game. Rolled over to the second baseman, Ortega. He's been busy today, getting his first start at second base. 4-3 for out number 1. Again, here in the top of the 7th, we have an interview again for you with one of the students from the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Ozzy, what's your last name? Martinez. Ozzy Martinez joins us here in the top of the 7th. Ozzy, tell us a little bit more about the class. How often do you guys do it, and what are some of the goals for the class?
The class, it's, broadcasting, it's in the name, Photoshop. We mess around a lot with cameras, a lot of on-hands work this year inside the booth. We do it every Sunday, not Sunday, Saturday, my bad. Almost every summer since even before COVID, we try to get out here, Saturday early in the morning. Try to learn something new, you know.
What made you interested in broadcasting and want you to sign up for a class like this?
I've always been interested in the more editing aspect of videos, TV. So when I saw the program, we signed up. I was hooked on it. Came every Saturday. Perfect attendance, basically. Just humble brag.
Now, TJ tells us that you were also a member of the academy here and used to come to workouts all the time. Is that something you enjoy doing, playing baseball yourself?
I do. I play for Jordan, Long Beach Jordan. I am a senior this year, and it's something to stay active, you know. Just get out there, work. It's fun.
Nice. What position do you play at Long Beach Jordan?
I pitch and I play mostly right field, sometimes center, and anywhere else my coach needs me.
Beautiful. How long have you been playing baseball for?
Since I was 5, we started out with t-ball at Cherry Park, and it's been up from there.
Do you have a favorite thing about the sport of baseball?
It's a good question. Probably, I'd say watching it in person because you see all the little details that come with it. Collecting baseball cards too. Love doing that.
And we're here in the top of the 7th inning. Ozzy Martinez joins us for an interview. Barron's currently trailing 9-2. Ozzy Martinez is a member of the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. So this is the first game that we're doing this type of broadcast here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Is this something that we could see going forward for Academy Barron's games next summer?
Yes, we can definitely see it going up, especially if we get some more guys, more of a bigger crew. We could take this on a bigger stage, definitely.
What's been one of your favorite moments here this summer working with the sports broadcasting class?
Oh, that's a good question. It probably has to be today because we actually got to do a live of a game. We were supposed to do it for the Dodgers Dream Team, but we didn't get the chance, and to finally do it today is pretty cool.
It's beautiful. Now, is there going to be any other opportunities for you to do that, whether it's this summer or later this year, to do any other broadcast here at the academy?
I hope so. I hope they continue this. I'm definitely coming next year, Oh.
As a single gets hit into right field for the Conejo Oaks and George Baker. There's now runners at the corners, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And we're sitting here with Ozzy Martinez of the sports broadcasting class that, again, I want to say thank you again to them for putting on the sports production or the broadcast production here. That's why you see our faces on the screen here, right? And we have the different camera angles for you guys and we've had all season. So again, I want to say thank you to you guys in your class. I have a couple of fun quick hitter questions as well for you. You have a favorite place to eat? You said from Long Beach, Jordan, right? You have a favorite place to eat in Long Beach?
Right across the street from our school, there's a place called Main Chick. Pretty expensive, but it's honestly worth it.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right, are you a fan of crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Do pineapples belong on pizza?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Do you have a favorite pregame song that gets you hyped before a game?
No, I don't listen to music before a game.
No music?
No music.
So what's your pregame routine like then?
Seeds.
A
lot of
sunflower seeds?
Yeah.
And meditating deep in thought?
Yeah.
What's one thing you tell yourself when you're on the mound?
When I'm on the mound?
Something that maybe either helps calm you or instill confidence? Because I think being a pitcher is probably one of the harder things to do in all of sports.
Yeah. Miss low, aim high.
I like that. Miss low, aim high. If you could be reincarnated to any animal, what would it be?
Oh, a cat.
Cat. Just any
cats.
house cat? Orange, black, white? Does it matter?
Probably black with like zebra stripes.
Okay. Do you have a favorite exotic animal?
Ooh.
This ball is hit into right center field, and Andy Cisneros is going to range over to his left and make the catch.
Shark.
Ooh, a shark. Okay, I like that. Shark Week, I think, wasn't it just this past week?
I think so.
Okay. And that's Ozzy Martinez, a member of the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. And you heard him earlier, right? To have more members of the broadcast team. We can get more of these games and productions for you in the next season for the Academy Barons Baseball. Okay, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. We're going to take a quick break for the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. Thank you again, Ozzy.
Thank you.
Back here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy, and there on your screen you see the South standings. Again, the Conejo Oaks, who you're seeing tonight as the visiting team, are currently in first place. 24-10 is their record, and they currently earn the #1 seed, which means they'd have a first-round bye in the postseason. The Santa Barbara Foresters play in the NBC playoffs, so they will not be playing in the CCL postseason, which means the Saints are in second, and the Riptide have that 3rd seed as of right now. Again, 2 more games, if you're counting today, 1 game today and 1 game tomorrow, that will decide who will host that wild card game between the Riptide and the Saints. Bottom of the 7th. 3-4-5 due up. Dylan Lena smokes this one into shallow right center. Coming in is his new center fielder, Daniel Orozco, who charges and makes the catch for out #1. So it's another 1-pitch out. Seen a few of those tonight for the Academy Barons. Dylan Lena's retired. For out #1 here in the bottom of the 7th, Barons trail 9-2. The Oaks got 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and then 2 in the 5th. The Barons got 2 runs in the 4th inning. They have 3 hits on the evening. Jacob Konofsky is a big reason why they have 2 runs up on the board as he hit that 2-run home run. Back in the 4th inning. Been quite some time since he last came up to the plate. There was a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th, another 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. Want to know the count to Klonowski. He hit that home run off of the starter Alejandro Hueso. This one hit into left field, and that's going to drift away from the left fielder. Foul into the bullpen. And there you go and see the standings one more time just to finish the thought. The Riptide are currently in 3rd place while the Saints are currently in 2nd. The Foresters play in the NBC playoffs, which is over in Wichita, Kansas. So they'll be competing against other teams from across the country as Konofsky comes up empty there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Barons entered this week with a chance at that 3rd seed, only 3.5 games back with 5 games left to go, but they lost Tuesday night and Wednesday, which pretty much eliminated them from playoff contention. This one gets away from George Baker. He'll have to throw down over to first. It's a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout, and Jacob Konoski is retired for out number 2.
Now getting the third baseman, number 14.
Again, I want to say thank you to the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy for helping out with the broadcast production today for the Barons' final home game of the 2024 summer season. We had a few interviews as well tonight. Again, thanks to Grant Ferris, Dante Zamudio, and Ozzy Martinez for hopping on the broadcast. As Colin Taylor will step in to the batter's box, the number 5 hitter, here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch fastball misses down and away. 1-0 the count to the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the evening with a strikeout and a pop-up. Barons trying to avoid going down in order for the third inning in a row. 1-1 the count. We had Dante Zamudio, who was from the San Fernando Valley. So is Colin Taylor, played at LA Valley College. They're rivals with LA Pierce, which is a school that Dante Zamudio played at quite some time ago, back in 2023. One ball, 2 strikes to the the third baseman. 2 outs in the inning and nobody on base. And Colin Taylor comes up empty, swings at a slider in the dirt. George Baker will have to throw over to the first baseman, Max Audet. Back-to-back strikeouts here to end the inning for the final 2 outs. Again, my name is Noah Alvarez. A relatively efficient inning for the reliever, Gabriel Pankratz. We head now to the top of the 8th. Barons are down to their final 6 outs. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, whether you've tuned in all season or just tuning in for the first time tonight. Marcellus Henry will march back onto the mound, so that means we potentially could have an interview for you here in the top of the 8th. Again, my name is Noah Alvarez. We're going to head to a quick break, and when we come back, the top of the 8th inning here at the Academy. So we have a pinch hitter to tell you about. Batting for the DH here in the top of the 8th inning, it's Kai Caranto. So now home plate umpire asking for the music to be cut here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. So home plate umpire has to remind our very own to turn off the music as they're ready for play to begin. Kai Caranto, again, the pinch hitter here in the top of the 8th inning. Marcellus Henry still on the mound. Kai Caranto wears number 7 from the city of Castaic in California. Was a freshman this past spring at Cal Lutheran University, which is where the Conejo Oaks play their home games. 1-1 count to the pinch hitter. Fastball misses upstairs from Henry. 2-1 the count. Again, Marcellus Henry played at Long Beach City College before transferring to Sonoma State, where he spent this past spring. Played 2 seasons at Long Beach City. Fouls this one off and into the bare hand of Adam Arroyo. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Henry went to El Segundo High School, excuse me. Slider misses in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He played both football and baseball for El Segundo High School. Big slider, but it misses upstairs to Kai Caranto, and so he works a leadoff walk. For Sonoma State this past spring, he made 16 appearances in 29 innings. He finished with a 4.30 ERA, a record of 4-1, and had 3 saves for the Seawolves. That's the mascot for Sonoma State as Nick Leahy steps in. Third baseman is 2 for 4 on the evening. First pitch to the third baseman, the front door slider. 0-1 the count. Runner on first, nobody out. Smoked up the middle, and that's going to be trouble for the right fielder and center fielder as Cisneros able to round it, get around the ball, but scoring from first base is Kai Caranto, so it's an RBI double for Nick Leahy. So it's now a 10-2 game. Josiah Chavez will step back into the batter's box. He hit a moonshot of a home run back in the 5th inning. So Marcellus Henry will have to work very carefully around the left fielder. Nobody out, runner on second after the RBI double by Leahy. Hit on the ground to the second baseman, Ortega. He's been busy and makes a nice accurate throw over to first in time. The runner does advance to third.
Second baseman, number 18, Jordan Kang.
And now the second baseman, Jordan King, will step in to face Marcellus Henry. The infield's going to come in. 10-2 is the score. Barons trailing by 8 here in the top of the 8th inning. Slider misses outside. Kang is 1 for 4 on the evening with 2 strikeouts. Hit high up into the air, into right field, drifting towards the foul line and in. Jacob Konofsky makes the catch. He's going to throw on the way home. And making a nice block there is the catcher, Adam Arroyo. So that's out number 2 in the inning. 2 outs, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Max Audet. Runner still at third. Nick Leahy didn't want to tag with Jacob Konofsky coming in so shallow on that fly ball. 2 outs, and the first baseman, Max Audet, steps into the batter's box. First pitch strike to the first baseman. Next pitch will be number 32 for Marcellus Henry. And he's the third pitcher of the evening we're seeing for head coach Kenny Landreau and the Academy Barons. 0-2 now the count. Again, 0-2, 2 outs. Runner on third base is Nick Leahy. Henry trying to strand that runner over there at third. The 0-2 pitch, off speed, misses outside. Henry thought that was going to be strike 3. And there's out number 3 here in the top of the 8th. One run does come across for the Conejo Oaks as they now extend their lead 10-2. So an 8-run lead for the Conejo Oaks. Now we're going to have an interview for you guys that was pre-recorded. And so we'll send that over to you guys. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the 8th inning.
Hi, my name is Andrew Kirchner. I play first year for the Barons. This is a good summer for me because I made the All-Star team this year, and I got to play against a lot of future opponents, get good reps against them for being in the Big West next year at Cal State Fullerton.
All right, back here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy, just about ready for the bottom of the 8th. We're going to see a new pitcher on the mound for the visiting Conejo Oaks. And as he gets his warm-up pitches in, we do have a pitcher of our own here on the Academy Barons sitting with us for an interview here in the bottom of the 8th. His name is Aaron Rosales. Aaron Rosales, welcome to the broadcast.
Sure, thank you for having me.
How you doing this evening?
Doing good. Doing good. Nice off day. Get ready to pitch tomorrow, but
Awesome.
we're good.
What's been one of your favorite moments here for the Academy Barons this summer?
I think with the team personally, I really enjoyed going up to SLO this last weekend. It was a good time being able to spend some time, overnight with those guys. So it's pretty fun getting to play over there, and then playing at Santa Barbara was a cool experience.
So I want to go back to your high school playing days. You played at Sonora High School, and then you end up at Santa Ana College.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of those decisions that led to that decision?
I really enjoyed the coaching staff over at Santa Ana. George Carlejo, our pitching coach. There were a couple guys that, I got the impression that I really wanted to play for, that they were players, coaches, and I was right. I really enjoyed my time over there playing under those guys. They were really cool to be around. So.
Again, we're sitting here with Aaron Rosales here in the bottom of the 8th. Leading things off will be Adam Arroyo. We'll also see Raymond Jenkins and Andy Cisneros. As a new pitcher on the mound is Scott Radinsky. First pitch is over for a strike. Again, Aaron Rosales with us. Now, you're playing at Santa Ana College, and I noticed there was a break in action. You didn't play in that 2023 season when
Right.
they went on to win the state championship. What happened during that year?
That year, going into our first preseason game, I believe in like January, I ended up hurting my shoulder, and it turned out that it was a slap tear in my labrum. So I ended up, missing that season, and then spending that summer, and then going into that next fall and rehabbing, and then even still going into that season, having a little bit of struggles, but so.
What was that process like to be a part of the team but also away from that team during their state championship run?
I mean, it sucked. Like, it was really cool to be able to, watch, all the people that I spent like every day with over there for that year, the year before, go out and, win the state championship. It was really cool to watch and still to be a part of. I did obviously feel a little left out. Felt kind of just helpless on the side, but I was really happy for the guys that they were able to get it done.
And then this year you guys got a pretty good chance to defend your state championship. You went all the way to the state championship tournament.
Yeah.
Explain to me what happened when you guys went on to face the likes of Folsom Lake and, was it Delta?
Yeah, it was Delta. Those two games were, all four of those teams were, four best teams in the state up to that point. There were some dog battles. I remember that last game, too, against Delta ended up going 13 innings, and it was just back and forth, but, you just weren't able to get the hitting done when it mattered most. But really enjoyed, going through that process again, especially, trying to go out and defend our state title with, that team that year. So still a good experience.
Now, I had Grant Ferris on earlier on in the broadcast, and I asked him this question because there's a lot of OEC guys on the team here for the academy. I asked if there was any friendly banter or trash talk that would go on during practices, and he did say, you know, you do bring that up a lot playing at Santa Ana College. And getting the best of
I
all the
honestly
West.
think he brings it up more than I do, if I'm being honest. But it's really cool being on a team with a bunch of guys. You know, we had Jack Burke from Cypress, Andrew Pyle, a bunch of Golden West guys here too. It's really cool to, you know, you're in the moment playing against those teams during the season, and it's like a different perspective now. At that time, you know, could get chippy, you know, a lot of trash talk, banter between both teams, and being able now to like talk to those guys about, you know, certain games or certain moments from like their perspective. It's really cool. So I've really enjoyed, you know, playing with the guys from the OEC.
I noticed there's a lot of Santa Ana College guys on the San Diego Sunrays roster.
Yeah.
How come you weren't able to recruit any of those guys over?
I'm not sure, honestly. I didn't even know a couple of them were playing over there until like last minute, like literally the first game we had of the season. I found out that day. We had a banquet for our team that day. Ended up finding out I was playing them, pitching against them in a couple of hours, so it was pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite moment from Santa Ana College, your time there the past 3 seasons?
I would definitely say that 2023 season, like that whole postseason ride. It was awesome, you know, to be a part of. I grew up with a couple of guys, like even from high school, that were on that team, so it was really cool, like full circle moment, be able to, you know, win state, all the hotel trips, the bus rides, everything. Like those moments, definitely gonna last me a lifetime.
Again, we're sitting here with Aaron Rosales from the Academy Barons. Played the past few seasons at Santa Ana College on to Cal Poly Pomona.
Yep.
I wanted to mention, too, a couple weeks ago we had the CCL Showcase here at the MLB Academy. You were one of 6 Barons selected to play at the Showcase, and you also got to start the game.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like to be able to not only make the team, the South team, but get to start?
That was really cool. I didn't find out, I mean, really until like close to game time, so it was a little bit of a shock, but it was really cool experience. I really enjoyed it. Being able to start too was awesome. It was cool.
Now, TJ also mentioned to me that you've been coming to the Academy since you were a lot younger in your baseball playing days. What's a fond memory that you had when you were in your youth, before college, before anything like that, coming here to the Academy?
There were definitely a couple moments. I would say the times where we got to travel. I remember my first like time playing here. I ended up going to Texas. I came here, threw a bullpen, and they're like, "Hey, you want to, you know, be on the team that's, you know, competing to go up and play in Texas?" I'm like, "Sure." So that was really cool. And then another time was, I believe it was going into my senior year of high school. I was able to go to Cleveland for the All-Star game, and you know, play a tournament there, go to the home run derby that year. So it was really cool. It was an awesome experience.
Now, you guys are led by head coach Kenny Landreau, who's played in the MLB and been a World Series champion for the Los Angeles Dodgers. What are some things that you've learned getting to play under his head coach this summer?
One of the things that KT kind of always preached, even the first practice at the beginning of the summer, was that the summer games here are really, they kind of emulate how like a minor league season or a major league season would go, and like it's games, you know, every day, every other day. Kind of you feel the wear and tear on your body. So one of the things that he always preached was, you know, being able to grind out and make it towards the end, and you know what that feels like, having to play every day, every other day. So that was one of the biggest things that I took away.
Again, we're here with Aaron Rosales, former member of the Santa Ana College Dons. Now on to Cal Poly Pomona. What was one of the decisions or the big factors that led to that decision for you playing with the Cal Poly Pomona next season?
Yeah, I really enjoyed when I went on my visit talking to the coaches. They really made me feel like, you know, I was wanted there. Really felt it's close to home. So, you know, great school as well. A bunch of little things that went into stuff like that. But, you know, the coaches, my experience with them so far has been really positive, really good. So
Nice. Before our interview ends, I'd like to ask some fun, quick-hitter questions just to get the audience to get to know you a little bit better more.
Go for it.
You're from La Habra. Do you have any favorite food areas or places to eat in your hometown?
There is one place, I would say, off Imperial Highway. Imperial Burger is pretty good. I think there's a couple locations, but that's like that was one of the go-tos for sure.
Crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth. Crunchy's crazy.
Do pineapples belong on pizza?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Can't do that.
Do you have a go-to pregame song that gets you hyped up before you go on the mound?
Song, I wouldn't say so. Nothing specific, but I do listen. I am listening to music in the locker room, but nothing specific. No.
You have a favorite flavor of seeds?
I'm not a big seeds guy,
Okay.
so not really.
Favorite color Gatorade?
Go blue.
Okay. Again,
Yeah.
we're sitting here with Aaron Rosales, pitcher for the Academy Barons. Barons are currently trailing 10-2, but they do have runners at the corners here as we're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jimmy Welcher has a 2-1 count. I've noticed that Kenny Landro's let a few of the pitchers swing the bat this season. I'm surprised you haven't asked a petition for your at-bat this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my swings into BP. I don't know about a game, but yeah, I'm trying to go out there and just hit bombs at BP. That was my whole thing this summer. We got to do it today, actually. Took some BP before the game, so it was pretty cool.
Now you've started as the starter on the mound for the Barons, but also come in as a reliever. Do you have a preference of the two?
Not necessarily. I played here, I believe, the 2022 summer and was a closer there. So each role kind of has its own, benefits. Being able to start, you got your routine going into it, and then you kind of set the tone for the game. Come out of the bullpen, like your job is hold the team there, just kind of come in and close it out. So no real preference, but I do enjoy, aspects of both roles for sure.
Again, that was Aaron Rosales, one of the pitchers here for the Academy Barons. We really appreciate you for taking some time for the interview, and congrats on a fantastic summer season and making the CCL showcase. And best of luck at Cal Poly Pomona.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
When we come back, we'll have the top of the 9th inning. Barons still trailing. 10-2 is the score. I'm Noah Alvarez. We'll be right back in just a moment.
My name is Dante Zamudio. I'm a two-way player here for the Barons. I had a lot of fun playing on the Barons. It was a big summer to commit to CSUN this year. It was great to play out here in California with the weather and with the boys.
Back here for the Academy Barons' final home regular season game. And before we cut to the action, don't forget to follow the MLB Academy Barons here on our social media pages. On Instagram, search up MLB Academy Barons, no underscores or anything like that. And on YouTube, same thing, at MLB Academy Barons. And on Instagram and on YouTube, follow us there on both those platforms. Yeah, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in. We have the top of the 9th inning. The Conejo Oaks lead 10-2. And they're the first place team here in the CCL South Division. First pitch strike fired, and it's a new pitcher on the mound. It's Shamir Marshall, wearing number 39. He's a lefty. From Compton College, played at Compton College the past 2 seasons. Fires another one for a strike. It's a fastball. No balls and 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter, Lucas Danielewicz. And he goes down via the strikeout. Shamir Marshall gets strikeout number 1. Marshall has been asked to serve as the closer a lot for Kenny Landro during this summer season. He's making his 10th appearance on the season. Has pitched 11 innings, given up 10 earned runs, has 18 walks, but also 18 strikeouts. Sure, his ERA is a little higher than he would like it to be at 7.18. However, he's come up and had some big moments for the Academy Barons, especially as of late. As Daniel Orozco getting his first AB of the evening. Fouls the first pitch fastball off to the left side and out of play. Again, fourth pitcher of the evening, we saw Dante Zamudio for 3, Maximus Berber for 2. This one sails over the catcher's head. Then we saw Marcellus Henry for 3 innings. Again, want to say thank you to the broadcast class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy for today's production of the broadcast. And that's why we have so many different camera angles. That's why we've been able to have so many interviews as well. We just had Aaron Rosales back in the bottom of the 8th. Looks like Shamir Marshall slipped on that pitch. The slider misses. I think that's a 2-ball, 1-strike count now. Getting up to bat, Daniel Orozco, listed as a pitcher, getting to play center field. We had the interview on, so not sure if you caught it, but there was a ball hit into center field, and Orozco never saw it. And that allowed Raymond Jenkins to get all the way to second base. He was eventually stranded over at third. Orozco gets hit by the pitch, so the Oaks have a little fun in the first base dugout as they cheer on for the pitcher who reaches base safely. There's 1 out of the inning. Again, Shamir Marshall making appearance number 10 on the season. Came up with a big save this past Sunday against the Santa Barbara Foresters. Pitched the final 2 innings as the Barons really needed a win, and they did so as they won 2-1 was the final score. Dylan Lena came up with a big solo home run in the top of the 9th, and that ended up being the deciding factor as Shamir Marshall gave up 1 run, but because they had a 2-0 lead, they were able to hang on for a 2-1 victory. Shamir Marshall was given the save, and Aaron Rosales was given the win. 1 ball, 1 strike to George Baker, a lefty-on-lefty matchup for Shamir Marshall. He pitches from the third base side of the rubber. And played the past 2 seasons at Compton College. Ooh, and this one gets away from him as well. Hits George Baker either in the shoulder or upper, high up in the neck area. Marshall put his hands up to say he's sorry. Now looks like the umpires are going to, no, I thought they were going to talk to Shamir Marshall, but now I think they're just going to talk amongst each other. Don't think either of those were intentional, but Shamir Marshall does struggle with the control at times. Back-to-back hit by pitches. Umpires still talking over by first base in the grass between pitcher and first base. Defensively, Barons haven't made any substitutions, so still the same. Adam Arroyo behind the plate. Andrew Kirchner over at first. Efren Ortega's at second. Dylan Lena's at short. And at third, it's Colin Taylor. Raymond Jenkins in the left. In center, it's Andy Cisneros Jr. And in right field, Jacob Klanowski. Barons trail 10-2. Jack Brooks now steps in. Ooh, looks like we're going to get. No, not a pinch hitter. It's still Jack Brooks wearing number 6. Hitting from the left side. Pinch runner is the one that was announced. Mario Franco is going to pinch run for George Baker as this fastball misses high and inside at 88-2. Marshall has touched 90 a few times this season, so he has some good velocity. So again, Mario Franco's now at first. This one does catch the inner half at 90 miles per hour again. Runner on second is Daniel Orozco. Mario Franco's listed as a catcher, so potentially could be coming in as a defensive sub for Baker. Misses high and inside, just a tad. That's a tough call there for Marshall. Here's the 2-1. There's that big leg kick that Marshall has, and Brooks just fouls this one off. Marshall primarily uses 2 pitches, Fastball 90% of the time and has a slider. Very rarely has thrown a changeup as he makes a move over to second, but no one covering, so no throw. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shamir Marshall, the new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. Pitcher number 4 here, used by Kenny Landreau on the evening. Oh, just missing outside. Adam Arroyo wasn't able to squeeze it, but it didn't get very far. 1 out, 2 runners on. Bases loaded. On deck is the pinch hitter Kai Caranto. This one does catch the outer half. Jack Brooks thought that was ball 4, but that's strikeout. Number 1 on the outing. Number 2 on the outing, for Shamir Marshall. Also want to take a quick moment to shout out all the listeners, obviously, here of the Academy Barons. Looks like the home plate umpire has some words for both dugouts. But I wanted to shout out really quick Coach Shannon Williams. He's the head coach of Compton College, and he's listened to most of the broadcast here for the Academy Barons this summer. Had a few nice words to share earlier in the season when I ran into him. Again, a few of his players on the roster here in Shamir Marshall and Miles Hughes, both members of Compton College this past spring. Want to know the count. Marshall steps back onto the rubber. Ready for the 1-0 pitch, and the fastball misses upstairs. 2-0 the count. And in the bottom of the 9th, the Barons will bring up 2-3-4. Andrew Kirchner, Dylan Lena, and Jacob Klanowski. Arguably 3 of their better hitters in the lineup here for Kenny Landreau as they trail by 8. This one's popped up into the air. Efren Ortega finds it. And so a pop-up to the second baseman for out number 3. Both runners get stranded over there. So nice work by Shamir Marshall to work around the hit by pitches. Bottom of the 9th, Barons trail by 8. They'll need 8 to force extra innings or 9 to win it. We're going to head to break before we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll catch you guys in just a bit.
My name is Dylan Lena. I'm a middle infielder for the Barons. I've been playing here for the past 2 summers. I've got a lot of exposure. I got to make the All-Star team. Playing here helped me develop my skills and got to play in front of a lot of coaches and scouts. And I played my past 2 years at Golden West. I'm looking forward to the next chapter.
Before we head on to the bottom of the 9th, don't forget to follow the Barons on social media. On Instagram, at MLB Academy Barons, and the same thing on YouTube, no underscores, at MLB Academy Barons on both Instagram and YouTube. You can stay up to date with the Barons on social media for all their updates and all the videos that they have on their YouTube channel. This is the final home regular season game for the Academy Barons. Enter tonight's game 9-10 here at home, hoping that they could pick up win number 10 and finish 500 while at home. But currently trailing by 8 runs as we head to the bottom of the 9th. 2-3-4 due up in this half of the inning. Barons are down to their final 3 outs. Scott Radinsky still on the mound, and Andrew Kirchner waves at 1 and misses. 0-1 the count. Kirchner's 0 for 3 on the evening. Again, we'll continue to play baseball at Cal State Fullerton this upcoming school year. Misses down and in. Again, wanted to say thank you to all the interviews that we had today. Grant Ferris, Dante Zamudio, Aaron Rosales, as well as Ozzy Martinez. Also want to say thank you to the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Bringing a different look to you guys for your broadcast here of the home games on the Academy Barons. This one's sent into right field. It's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the ninth. Barons hoping to get a rally going as they trail by 8. Again, can't believe it's gone by so fast. June 6th was the first game, and that only felt like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Time has really flown by here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. If you couldn't come out this year, highly recommend you do come out to a game next season here in the summer. Very accessible place to get to right off the 91 freeway, off the streets of Santa Fe, as this one's launched into left field. Oh, but Dylan Lena didn't get all of it as it's caught by the left fielder Josiah Chavez. Looked good off the bat, but didn't barrel it up. So that's the first out. Dylan Lena's retired. Finishes the night 1 for 4. Again, here at the campus of Compton College, very accessible to get to off the 91 freeway. Exit Santa Fe Avenue, off the corner of Santa Fe and Artesia Boulevard. 1 out of the inning, runner on first, and in steps Jacob Klonowski at the 2-run home run back in the bottom of the 4th. Hoping to keep the inning alive as well, slider misses inside. 1-0 the count. Radinsky pitched at Santa Barbara City College for the Vaqueros the past 2 seasons. Both seasons ending in the postseason to Santa Ana College. Andrew Kirchner swipes second, so he moves into scoring position. 2-0 the count. Radinsky's going to go on to play at St. Peter's University. Now it'll be Jacob Klonowski with a 2-0 count. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything good to hit here, working very carefully around the dangerous left-handed hitter. On deck is Colin Taylor. He does have some pop in his bat as well. Only has 1 home run on the season, but has had plenty of nice hits off the bat. So Klonowski steps off, or steps out of the batter's box. It's a ball to Radinsky. Andrew Kirchner ends up swiping third as they're not really paying much attention to him on the base pass. Again, up by 8. Conejo Oaks can afford to be very relaxed at the moment. Okay, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you have been tuning in from and however long you've been tuning in from or for. Colin Taylor steps in. He's 0 for 3 on the evening. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. And the third baseman from LA Valley hoping to redeem himself here. One out of the inning. Klonowski takes off, and this one's fouled back off the catcher's gear, so he will have to jog back over to first. Klonowski getting his extra cardio in. 0-1 the count to Colin Taylor. We've seen Taylor put together a lot of tough ABs as well. They haven't always resulted in hits. But he looks very poised and comfortable up there in the batter's box. Has fouled off a few tough pitches during the season. This one misses. No, it clipped Colin Taylor in the wrist. Didn't seem so, as he didn't really show much expression there. Must have not hurt very badly, or just clipped off the end of the wrist and the hand. The bases are now loaded after the hit by pitch. Klonowski was moving, but he takes second regardless because of the hit by pitch. Adam Arroyo now steps in, and again, he's the home run leader here for the Academy Barons. Things could get interesting if he does hit a grand slam at the current moment. This one misses well upstairs. Scott Radinsky missing pretty badly on that one. 1-0 the count. Not really sure if Radinsky wants to throw a room service fastball to Adam Arroyo, even if they're up by 8. It would cut the lead in half if Arroyo was able to send in 4 runs on 1 swing. Misses upstairs. 2-0 the count. Again, with an 8-run lead, let's see how long of a leash they give Radinsky. Someone is jogging over to the bullpen for the Oaks. A couple guys are actually now jogging over. 3. Oh, Arroyo got an off-speed pitch. I think that was a changeup. 2-1 the count. And Adam Arroyo looking for his first hit of the evening. Hits this one foul towards the third base dugout. Moves the count now to 2-2. Radinsky pitches from the first base side of the rubber. 2-2 misses well outside, and it's now a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Radinsky again is the third pitcher we're seeing. It was Alejandro Hueso who started the game. He would be in line for the win. And we saw Gabriel Pankratz. Adam Arroyo foul tips this into the glove. Max Franco hangs on for strike number 3. So Adam Arroyo is retired. Out number 2. And the Barons are down to their final out. Raymond Jenkins comes up to the batter's box. Again, we saw Alejandro Hueso for 4 innings. Gabriel Pankratz for 3. And Scott Radinsky here for the final 2. We saw 4 pitchers for the Academy Barons. Dante Zamudio for 3, Maximus Berber for 2, Henry for 3, and Shamir Marshall for the final inning. This one misses upstairs to Jenkins. It's a 1-0 count. A left fielder. Raymond Jenkins is 1 for 3. Chases one outside the zone. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Jenkins reached on as a double in his last AB. He hit one into center field, and Orozco never saw it, lost it in the lights. Wasn't ruled an error, was given a hit because it didn't hit the glove. Jenkins can't believe that strike call, and here at the booth, neither can we. Pretty far outside the zone on our TrackMan zone here on the website. But it's ruled strike 2, so Barons are down to their final strike. Raymond Jenkins is going to have to battle. The outfielder going to Morehouse College this upcoming school year. Watches the slider miss down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball misses upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 outs in the inning. The bases are loaded, so people on the base pass will be moving. And at first, it's Colin Taylor. Jacob Konofsky's at second. And Andrew Kirchner is over there at third base, 90 feet away. Oh, ruled strike 3. Raymond Jenkins thought it was ball 4. However, that's going to end game number 35 on the season. A backwards K of Raymond Jenkins. So with the loss, the Barons drop to 13-22 on the season. They finish their record here at home 9-11. Again, falling to the Oaks for the 7th time this season, finishing their record against the Oaks 0-7. Again, tough year against the Oaks here in the 2024 California Collegiate Summer League. The Oaks advance to 25-10 and again have locked up that first place position here in the CCL South Division. They'll have the first round bye as we head into the postseason here at the California Collegiate League. And I want to say thanks to everybody who's tuned in, not only tonight, but the entire season. It's been a pleasure calling baseball games for you guys here this summer at the Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy. There's so many people to thank, but we're going to thank them after this current break as we're going to head to break here. First, we'll come back with the player of the game and our final goodbye here from the Major League Baseball Youth Academy here this summer. So we have the player of the game for you here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy for game number 35 on the season. Tonight's player of the game is Jacob Klinowski. The outfielder from Cal State East Bay came up huge in the bottom of the 4th inning with a 2-run home run. He finished the game 1 for 3, also worked a walk. Again, that home run was a 2-run home run, so he drove in 2 RBIs, the other being Dylan Lena, back in the bottom of the 4th inning, and gave the Barons a little bit of momentum here in the bottom of the 4th as they try to keep pace with the Conejo Oaks. And that's the player of the game. I want to say thank you to all of you who have tuned in, not only tonight, but for the entire season. Again, my name is Noah Alvarez. I want to say thank you to TJ Jordan for the broadcasting opportunity this summer. I want to say thank you to Kenny Landreau and the entire coaching staff here for being so welcoming. I want to say thank you to the broadcast production class, or the sports broadcasting class here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy. Do want to say thank you to all the interviewees that we had on the broadcast as well. Ozzy Martinez, Dante Zamudio, Aaron Rosales, and of course, Grant Ferris as well. For everyone who's tuned in the entire season, the next game here at the MLB Urban Youth Academy will be, no, not at the MLB Urban Youth Academy, but for the Barons will be tomorrow on the road as they travel to Irvine at Great Park to take on the OC Riptide. Follow us on our social media platforms, the MLB Academy Barons, both on Instagram and YouTube, no underscores or periods, at MLB Academy Barons. Again, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, whether it's just been tonight or the entire season. It's been a pleasure calling Barons games this summer. We hope to see you guys not only in person, but if not in person, here on the YouTube channel next summer as well. My name is Noah Alvarez. For everyone who was a part of the broadcast team, we're signing off for the final time here in the 2024 summer season. Have a good night, and we'll catch you guys next year.